Have you ever had a dream that you wanted to do something? I don't know, start a business, uh, be a professional football player, baseball, whatever the case. Um, and you get to a point where you feel like this ain't gonna work. It's not gonna happen. A lot of people feel that way, whether they just started, have already started, been in the midst for a year, 2 years, um, and some things can happen on that course where you start to feel like this ain't gonna work. Everybody's felt that way. I've felt that way. And if you felt that way personally, or you feel that way right now, you're in the middle of it, and you don't know how to shake that feeling, or um, you just don't know what to do. I think you should stick around for this video because we're going to talk about a few things. Talk about my personal story and my business, one of them out of many. And I'm also going to bring up another story of a NFL player that went through some tough times and pushed through and made things work. So the thing about being an entrepreneur or professional athlete, a parent, mom, dad, pretty much everything in life, it's not a matter of if you start to want to give up or if you lose hope, but it's a matter of when for everybody. If you're watching this video right now, I know you've been in a situation where it's like, this ain't worth it. I don't feel like doing this. Or why is everything going as bad as possible right now? Like this couldn't get any worse. I've been there, and it can be rough. It can be really rough to push through and, you know, do what's necessary. And usually what's necessary is the things you don't want to do, the hardest things. It could be rough to push through that. But I'm going to tell you a story about myself and kind of tell you how I got through it. And we'll go from there. So when I started my business, it was not great off the rip. I don't think anybody who starts a business, things just pop off. I mean, you got a lot of things to figure out. So, okay, let's fast forward a little bit. Started my business. I had a regular job, and my business was mainly on the side. I did that for a while and ended up taking the jump. Okay, now I'm just doing the business thing only. That's my only source of income. My wife's stay-at-home mom, so it's just me. It's just me. And my business happens to be seasonal, so we do a lot more revenue in the summer months than we do in the winter. So winter comes around and don't have a lot of cash built up at all. Nearly zero. Couple $100, just living off of what I'm making at the moment. So I have a mortgage, truck payment, shop payment. I mean, the list goes on and on. All the expenses for the business and all my home expenses. It got to a point where I was negative $1,500 in my bank account. No money. On top of that, no work coming in. I owed distributors, I owed credit cards, I owed my mortgage 3 months behind, truck payment 3 months behind. And during this moment, I mean, I really felt like a failure. There's no way this is going to work out. How am I going to pull out of this? I had some extremely deep moments with myself in the truck. Couldn't sleep. But in my mind, I knew I was not going to give up. There was no other option but to keep pushing. So in that moment, I realized that I had to focus. No matter how I felt, no matter what was going on. I couldn't dwell on the fact that my house is about to get essentially repoed and the truck. Thinking about that stuff was not going to help me at all. I had to focus in on how to get more customers. I had to focus in on how to get a lead. I had to focus in on how to close the job. All the essentials of a business I had to focus in on. And that's exactly what I did. It really did get close. I almost lost it all. And I'm blessed that I didn't. But pushed through it. Worst portion of business in my life. And during those times when everything's going to shit, that's when you learn the most. You don't realize you're learning the most right at the moment, but after the fact, there's a lot of learning that comes with it. You learn how to sell better because you don't have any option but to sell. You better learn or you're gonna lose it. You learn how to get customers. Same thing. You better learn or else you're gonna lose it. You learn how to collect payment quick, super fast. Like, we just got finished with this job. I need to get paid now, not next week. And all these things are really just basic things of a business. But when you first start, you don't even realize that. You just go on with the flow. So time was terrible. Got through it, the winter. And next summer, things were 100 times better. All the lessons that I learned in that hard time, the resiliency that I was able to learn and incorporate in myself, changed the game. So that's my personal story. Now, this one is one that I want to tell you about an NFL player. I'll read a little bit because I don't want to mess anything up. All right, so this is about Damar Hamlin. On January 2nd, 2023, during a Monday night football game against the Bengals, Damar Hamlin suffered a rare and often fatal condition called commito cordis, a sudden cardiac arrest triggered by a direct hit to the chest at a specific moment in the heart's rhythm cycle. Hamlin collapsed immediately after the play. Medical staff quickly acted, and they began CPR within seconds and used a defibrillator, restoring his heartbeat on the field. He was rushed to the hospital. Now, I just want to pause right there for a second. Dude's already made it to the NFL. He's already there. He's already been through hard times, struggles, practice, consistency. He's done it all. To get to that level, I mean, you just have to be a dog, right? An animal. And now he's on the field playing. He's made it. Then this happens. You get hit in the chest and have a heart attack on the field. When you have a heart attack on the field, you got to be thinking when you wake up in the hospital. So with all that hard work, dedication, long nights, it's over with for me. Who wants to risk going back on the field to get hit in the chest again and die, right? Well, on the days following, Hamlin gradually improved. He regained his consciousness and was able to wiggle his fingers, write messages, and FaceTime his team, family. Within 9 days, he was discharged and transferred back to Buffalo to continue his recovery. So here comes the comeback from his near death on the field. By April 2023, Hamlin was officially cleared to play. That same year, he took the field again, first in preseason and then in the regular season games, making tackles, intercepting passes, and earning starting a safety role in the 2024 season. In 2024, he signed a one-year extension with the Bills and continued excelling, recording interception, leading plays, and being recognized for his leadership and presence on the field. So I can't imagine having a heart attack on the football field after I've put in all this work, dedication, years and years and years of work to have a heart attack on the field. Then having to recover and risking it all again after you just lost it all to get back on the field and then succeeding. So awesome story to me when I read that. It just kind of hit me like, hey, even at the beginning stages, yeah, you can go through some stuff, but just because you made it doesn't mean you're not going to go through something hard. Anything can happen at any moment, and you can have setbacks at any moment of your life, of your career, of your profession. Beginning stages, middle, end, there's always something lurking, waiting to snatch you up and see if you're ready to take the test. You're going to pass or fail, right? Only way you fail is if you give up. So at the end of the day, the lesson here is everybody goes through hard shit. If you decide to do something great, start a business, be a millionaire, have 50 million in revenue, exit a business successfully, be a college football player, professional golfer, Olympic swimmer, good dad, good husband, good friend. All of these things are not necessarily easy tasks. In every single one of them, you're going to have some setbacks and hard times. And the main thing that separates people who succeed versus people who don't is 100%. I don't care what anybody says, 100% being able to take these setbacks and hard times and in your mind know, I'm not quitting. There's no way. I'm not stopping. There's no fucking way. That's the only difference. You are not going to fail long term if you never give up. So that's the point of this video. You're going through some hard times. Don't give up. Push through it. Figure it out. Most of the time, those hard times, like I mentioned earlier, are the times that you learn the most. You figure out the most. You got the most pressure on you. Pressure makes diamonds, right? Yeah. Well, it's legit, even though I hate that saying. So if you like this video, it's just something quick, trying something new. Give us a like, give us a follow, and watch other videos. Appreciate you, bro.